My next question for you is, what are some of your passions and hobbies? What are you interested in?
So I love music. I play the accordion. I play in a band.
Oh, really?
And the name of the band is Hucal. And I started that band when I was 12 years old here
What?
in Sudbury. And by the time I was 14, we had our first real gig. And it was at the Ukrainian National Federation Hall here on Frood Road. We did a benefit for the steelworkers who were on strike. And there was a dance that was organized, and they were looking for a band. And my brother, older brother, played guitar, myself on accordion, my cousin on drums, and a friend went to high school with on bass. And then I went away to university, but then, came back, and I've been playing ever since. And so 40 some years, almost 50 years later.
I think it was cool on that feast day that you came in and played the accordion too, because I don't think a lot of our students have ever seen an accordion before. So that was a whole new experience for them.
For sure. No.
So, and I remember asking you if you wanted a mic, and you said, nope, my voice is loud enough. I got this.
Yeah, so I love to sing. Again, growing up in Sudbury is very much immersed in the Ukrainian cultural scene. Choirs, dance groups. I performed in a cabaret group
Oh, that's awesome.
and I've traveled the world, and I've been blessed to have that opportunity. My late father said, that accordion's going to take you places. And it brought me to St. David's to play as a director of education. So no, blessed. And like I said, happily married. We've got 3 adult kids. So obviously my family lives in Stony Creek. My wife's a high school teacher, and kids are, all working, but, make it back once in a while back home. And they've come up here to visit too. But, it's a real great opportunity to come home, as I said, to lead a great staff. But also, I'm looking after my 87-year-old mother. So that is a gift as well, to be able to come home and spend some time with her. And beyond that, I like to golf. I like to cycle. I've got a bike, a nice road bike. And so I like to skate. I've skated a lot here in Sudbury, not only on the Queen's Athletic Field pathway there, but on Lake Ramsey. And that's a great reminder of my great roots here in Sudbury. I used to play a lot of hockey outside at Ridgegrass Playground.
You must have spent some time on the Rideau Canal when you were in
I did.
Carleton, eh?
When I was in second year, I lived off of Bank Street on Howick Place. I skated to school every day.
Oh, wow,
when
really?
the canal opened, and it was great. I had a locker, and I had a backpack and my skates on, and it was great.
What a fun way to get to school.
It was great. It was awesome. I was probably in the best shape of my life then too.
Do you have your shoes in your backpack?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. My boots wrapped around, and I had a locker, and it was great. So I recall those great days on the Rideau Canal and Dow's Lake.
That's so cool. With music now, was that just something you're naturally gifted with, or did you practice?
No, I took lessons, and my parents. I started on Pine Street at Carl Pukara, and then I took lessons on Leon Street in Sudbury, where they had another site, and then I went to Jet Laundry Music, and I even went to the Guitar Clinic. A number of places. I took lessons for about 5 years, and then the rest I have a great ear, and so I learn a lot by ear. So in the band, all the tunes that we play, from your papa music to pop and to different nationalities, I play everything literally without notes. What I use an iPad for are the lyrics.
The lyrics, yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you able to read music too?
I can read,
wow.
yeah. But like I said, a lot of the stuff I do, I do it, by ear, and as long as I know what key it is, and I'm good.
That's how my dad was, because my dad actually worked for Sudbury Catholic Schools too, and he was really into music, and he would play guitar for a lot of the masses and stuff. And I remember him when I was growing up, just always reading sheet music, and then. I dabble in music too, but I feel like reading it is a whole other art form in itself.
It is.
It's like learning to read another language.
For sure.
Okay, so your last question. Now that you're back in Sudbury, how do you view the sense of community here And in what ways do you feel it supports the youth within our schools?
The community is a really, I think is a great community. There are a lot of opportunities for students and for adults. You know, Kivy Park wasn't around when I was growing up here. I went over there as part of our staff wellness day, and I went snowshoeing. You know, just hanging with the staff was amazing. But seeing all the opportunities for students, Sudbury, you know, you can name the amount of clubs there here, service organizations. You know, you talk about the big ones, obviously, you know, the sporting opportunities, the leagues, the Science North, the Arts Center. There's a lot of great opportunities here for students. And what's really neat is that there are the wonderful environment, the lakes, the pathways, the hiking trails, you know, and again, what was neat was that I went to Bishop Alexander Carter for a visit, and in the wintertime, and I parked my truck, and there's truck, there's snowmobile, truck, fat bike with the fat tires. So, you know, that told me that, you know, students will come to school in many, many ways. You know, we're always looking to support our youth. There is a new Islamic prevention model that all 4 boards have signed on. There'll be some exciting news, great leadership from our mayor, public health, as I said, the 4 school boards and other community partners who are working to design opportunities and programming for our youth so that we can lessen their dependence, you know, whether it's vaping, whether smoking, whether drugs, you know, so that we want to do what we can to make sure that our students have a great start to their futures.
Yeah, I want to touch on how we were talking about the landscape here in Sudbury. Like, I think we're so blessed to have as many lakes as we do and as many trails as we do. I mean, look at even here at St. David.
Yes.
It is so cool to take those kids back there in the forest.
Absolutely.
Some of our kids that struggle in the classroom are leaders out there when they're in the
Absolutely.
forest. You know, like whether we're building little structures or we're doing scavenger hunts or just being outside listening to birds. I think having that aspect to our school where we are located specifically is just, it's such an asset to our school.
You know, and we think of our community partners as well. We've got a great partnership with the Sudbury Wolves Sports and Entertainment Group. You know, for example, opportunities for our students and their choirs in schools to perform. You know, that's something, you know, when you perform live to, you know, thousands of people. Opportunities for our students, you know, to be part of, you know, opportunities for them to shine and grow, you know, and so we're looking, you know, to strengthen our partnerships with Science North, as I said, with other organizations that can also be beneficial for our students.
And the Sudbury 5 too, especially,
for sure.
They have been to our school lots. I think it was last year they were doing a basketball program and they were just coming in and doing, you know, like who else better to train you
For sure.
than the Sudbury 5.
Right. And for me, it's nice to come back. I mean, I go to as many games as I can. Just learning about the Sudbury 5, again, basketball wasn't big when I was here. We didn't have a sports franchise, but that's something that Dario Zulich has brought, and I think it's great for the community.
It's really growing.
You know, and some other things that I'm going to be involved with is cricket in schools.
Really?
You know, and you know, that is really growing here in Sudbury. Coppercliff has a cricket pitch. And just connecting with some of the counselors to see how we can work with Parks and Rec, because I also am a board member for the Ontario Cricket Schools Association, OSCA. And, you know, it's, again, trying to provide opportunities for students. We've got a great partnership with our Indigenous brothers and sisters where, again, we have awesome programming. Our kids get to learn about the importance of our Indigenous cultures, and the fact that our students can learn how to play lacrosse and other opportunities. I know that this summer I visited at Tikmishing, a great summer learning program for our Indigenous students, to learn more about their culture and language. And we're blessed that we have such a strong Indigenous support staff.
And I don't nothing really replaces that land-based learning.
No.
It's so proven to help with
For
mental
sure.
well-being.
Yeah.
Even for us here, having that outdoor classroom is so cool to have kids up there learning
For sure.
outside, and having a teacher read a book to a class of 30 kids, and everyone's outside. There's birds
Absolutely.
flying overhead.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
Take advantage of what Sudbury offers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to have this conversation with you, and I'm so grateful that you made the time for this today. And so I just want to say thank you. And actually, behind you there, Morris, if you want to reach back, there's a little something for you.
Well, thank you very much. You didn't need to do this, but wow, look at that. That is Go Jays Go. Look at that. I love it.
Speaking of sports teams,
Wow, look at that.
his very own St. David's custom Blue Jay shirt.
Well, that's fantastic. Appreciate that. And oh, God, gotta love this. That's the St. David Dragons.
Yeah.
And on the back, it says delicious. Thank you so much. Listen, it is an opportunity for your viewers, as I said, to get to know me better. I really have come home to really try to make a difference, to support our students, support our families, our parents, our guardians, but also to give back and provide opportunities for our staff to really grow and be the best they can be. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Awesome.
Morris.
Thank
Thank you.
Awesome.